Okay.
Okay, there's a Sports Inquirer, Emar Substitute here with Baylee Sexton from Georgia State Softball. The team is off to a solid start, including you won your first three games of the year. Let's go to the first start, the beginning of those first two contests, wins over Radford. You were able to sweep that doubleheader. You had two hits in each of the contests. One, what did the team and you do well to earn a victory, and how good did it feel to be back out on the softball field after your long layoff?
A bunch of us were joking during that first and second game, and we were like, wow, we almost forgot what it's like to play a softball game. I mean, it had been almost an entire year. So our coaches did a great job of preparing us for that moment with practices. We did a lot of live gameplays preseason. So I think that really helped simulate gameplay. Really, I think we were just so excited to get back out there. Nothing was going to stop us. It didn't matter who we were playing. We were just ready to go. So those all played big parts in that.
Yeah, and go back to this off season. Your 2020 season was cut short due to the pandemic. You had an unusual fall where you weren't able to get your normal fall games in, just prepare for the spring season. What was that preparation like for the squad, just having this unique off season?
I think we handled it really well considering the circumstances. There were some weeks in the fall where we had half the team ready to practice and the other half was maybe quarantining or just for safety purposes. Yeah, it looked a lot different, but like I said, we were just so ready to go and excited because we were cut so short and with no hesitation. It just happened, and yeah, I think we were just super excited, and yeah.
Yeah, and then you also were able to win, get a victory over Boise State 4-3. Late inning heroics, Carolyn Didi with a game-winning single in the bottom of the seventh. What was that game like in knowing and finding a way to win and being in that type of a scenario this early in the year?
Yeah, I've been playing at Georgia State here for 5 years now, and I will say that was hands down the most fun contest I've ever been a part of. Something felt different that game, and the energy in our dugout and on the field, it was insane. It was undeniable, and there was never a doubt in my mind that we were going to take the win on that game. Our pitchers threw amazing. We had no levels of doubt in our minds, and we really came together and made it happen. I mean, it was really incredible and such a great way to start the season off in that kind of win. So it was so
You,
awesome.
you think that's good preparation for later on in the season when you're going to be in those close contests and having to move a runner over, execute late in a contest, and get a game-winning hit for a victory?
Oh, absolutely. Our situational hitting in that game was probably the best it's ever been. We executed some plays that we've never seen done before. We picked a runner off at third in a first and third play, which was huge. I mean, I've never done that in a game in college. Yeah, it really came together really well. I mean, stepping on that field together, we didn't know what to expect, especially against a solid team like Boise State, but we really showed them what we were made of, and we were scrappy. We got some runs across, and we made it happen.
You personally are off to a very good start. Team high 455 batting average, two stolen bases. What do you think led to your hot start? And as you talked in the offseason, it was very different for you. Just what was preparation like for you individually? And what do you think has led to, as I said, such a good beginning for you at the plate?
Yeah, so I've struggled in the past 5 years of what it means to be a good hitter because I am a slapper, and so that looks a lot different than your usual power hitters. And so I have a lot of power. I like to give myself credit for, but what I've been missing is just that aspect of speed where I can just get the ball on the ground anywhere and I can put pressure on defenders, and as long as I can get that ball on the ground, something bad is going to happen. So I've really embraced that aspect of my game in the off season. My coaches really talked me through it and said, look, if you can get that ball on the ground and run, there's going to be some mania on that field. So I've really been focusing on just keeping the ball out of the air, whether that be a bunt or just a soft slap. I'll do anything I can just to get that ball on the ground. And I just want to run all day. I just want to run as fast as I can and score and steal bases. So any way that's possible, I'm going to try to do that.
You mentioned it several times in our interview. You are a fifth-year senior on the team. I'm sure you had the option of maybe moving on from the program after last year. What led to you returning for another season with the Panthers?
Yeah, so every time everyone asks me that question, I just keep thinking back to that moment where we were told our season was ending, and I just had a sick feeling in my stomach, feeling that I wasn't done yet, that I had some unfinished business out there. And so I wanted to end the right way and give my 20-year-long career the ending it deserved. And so there was never really a question in my mind if I wanted to come back. It was just how and when and what's it going to look like. So yeah, there was no question there.
So does that mean you pursue graduate courses or maybe go look beyond the field as far as that goes? How do you spend this fifth year? Oh,
So yeah, I was actually in an interesting spot there the spring of 2020. I was technically gonna walk in May, but I was gonna have a couple of summer classes to finish up my degree entirely. So it ended up working out great. I postponed those summer classes, which no one really looks forward to. Got to finish those in the spring. So I graduated in in the fall. Sorry. So I got to graduate in December. And so now I'm just adding another minor to my degree of sociology for my degree in communications. So that's what I'm working on now.
okay. Are you looking to continue that career in communications, and in what way?
I'm looking to follow that career in communications. I'm not exactly sure what that looks like either. I want to make an impact on someone's life. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but I'm not too worried about it. I know it'll all happen the way it's supposed to. So right now I'm just focused on this season and making it far that way. So
Sure. And we'll end on that. You back on the field. You leave Atlanta for the first time this year, heading to North Carolina A&T for two contests on the 20th, and then go to Wilmington the day after. What are you looking? What's going to be like playing on the road and being on that bus? And what are you looking to see? Looking to get the team to do better or continue to do well just throughout this portion of the year?
yeah, I'm just looking for us to get 4 additional wins under our belt this weekend. Um, Road trips are one of my favorite things. I was super bummed last year that we weren't going to be able to keep going on road trips. We bond so much on the road out there, and that is going to look different due to COVID and all of that. But we seem to adjust pretty well to all the adversity thrown our way. So I'm excited to head up to North Carolina. I've actually never been up there on this Georgia State team. So I'm excited to see what UNCW and North Carolina A&T have to throw our way, and I'm ready to give it back to them tenfold. So,
Sure. Well, Baylee, thank you once again for joining us on the Sports Inquirer, and have much success this weekend to you.
thank you so much.
Okay, and that was Baylee Sexton, player for Georgia State softball. The team is off to a 3-2 start on the year, and as we went over in the interview, she's been off to a very good start with a team high batting average and 2 stolen bases. If you want to see more about Georgia State softball, including our exclusive interview with head coach Roger Kincaid that we did earlier in the week, make sure you go to thesportsinquirer.net, or you go to our social media platforms, or you can subscribe to us on your podcast provider to hear those interviews and see them as well. Until next time, be safe.